That was the sound of the Mercedes C63 S AMG. The car can date its roots back to 1997 when some mad scientist at Mercedes decided to drop a muscular V8 into a small C-Class sedan. Now, nearly 20 years later, Mercedes is still stuffing V8 engines into the C-Class. Yeah, the car has grown over the years, but oh, so has the power. How do you make a C-Class sound like the amazing AMG GTS? Well, give it the same engine. Okay, maybe the engines aren't quite the same, but they are very similar. A 4-liter turbocharged V8 is under the hood, and in the regular C63, it makes 469 horsepower. But this is the C63 S, and that means power is bumped up to 503 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers laugh at the BMW M3 and Audi RS5. And to make sure everyone hears that V8 goodness, the C63 comes standard with a sport exhaust system that features an electronic bypass valve that lets out more sound when conditions are right. And if you want even more sound, there's a performance exhaust system that features 3 bypass valves that makes things even louder. And best of all, there's a button inside that lets me open up the valves whenever I feel like it. And to crank things up to 11, race mode lets even more sound out. It's funny, at first I didn't think this car was all that loud. Mercedes does such a good job at keeping unwanted noise outside of the cabin, the V8 kind of sounded a little subdued even in its loudest setting. But open the windows and you'll hear that frantic V8 symphony of barks, pops, and growls. And this is 100% authentic engine noise. No fake speaker pumping sound in this car. And the car is not just a lot of sound without performance, it is fast. Hit the accelerator and the car responds instantly. There is no delay here. And as the RPMs build, so does the turbo boost, and there's even more power. Mercedes claims the C63S can rocket from 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds and continue all the way to a top speed of 180 miles an hour. Yeah, that sounds about right. The C63 is one of the only rear-wheel drive AMG sedans left. Most of its siblings have gone all-wheel drive. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a 7-speed multi-clutch automatic transmission. It's not quite a dual-clutch automatic transmission, but rather a conventional automatic that uses clutch packs and no torque converter. The C63 is not light. It weighs over 3,900 pounds. That's a lot of heft for such a moderately sized car. But AMG has done its best to try to control all this weight. It comes with an adaptive sport suspension and wide 245mm front tires and 265mm rear tires. But at slow speeds, the car's mass is always felt and it feels kind of disconnected. Throw it in race mode though, a feature that's only available in the S version of the C63, and everything changes. Mercedes has done such a great job setting this car up right. It's so easy to help steer the car through corners using the throttle, thanks in large part to the C63S's exclusive electronic rear differential. Also exclusive in the S version of the C63 are dynamic engine mounts. These allow you to stiffen them up when you really want to have some fun, to give you a little more feel and vibration through the car from the engine. And while I'm talking about feel, let's talk about the steering. This is some of the best steering I've ever felt in a Mercedes sedan. The whole car just gives you a lot of confidence to drive it fast. And this is good news since the stability control system has 3 programmable stages, including a sport mode that lets you hang the tail out a bit. And this car will hang the tail out in slow speed corners if you apply enough throttle. And if you want to break the tires loose at 50 miles an hour in second gear, the C63 is ready and willing. To differentiate the AMG from regular C-Classes, it comes with wider front fenders, a unique hood, a unique front fascia, a rear deck lid spoiler, rear diffuser, and of course AMG's signature quad exhaust tips. Even with all these changes, the car is still a little subtle, so of course AMG has put their usual AMG badges on the back and the V8 biturbo on the side. Inside, the interior of my test car has been fancied up with authentic carbon fiber trim and these AMG performance seats. Now these, along with other options, have added nearly $10,000 to the AMG C63S's price, putting it at just under $83,000. To me, those options are well worth it though. But be warned, these sport seats, although very supportive and comfortable in the short term, did make my thighs go numb after a long drive. As always, the AMG C-Class is about power, sound, and luxury. It's a great mix of performance and comfort. Left in its softest setting, the car is almost docile. But even then, the C63 S AMG's true colors bleed through. It is a rip-roaring, snorting, compact luxury beast just waiting to be unleashed.